Nini everyone, Zabor here. I know it's been a while, sorry. It's just the new schedule. So, couple things. Tut sent me back my books, and she included a copy of her book, Worlds Away From Here, which is a fictional book about, I want to say it's almost like a Transformers fan fiction type thing, but I haven't really read it yet. So I don't really know. I'll be reading it and doing a review on it. It'll be the only non-witchy thing or non-pagan thing on my channel that I have ever reviewed. So although I have been asked before to review other things like songs and stuff like that, I'm like, this has nothing to do with any of my interests, so no thank you. But good luck. But this one I will redo, or I will do a review on. Even though I'm not so much into sci-fi. My husband's more into sci-fi, I'm more into fantasy. So anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, I got another copy of our Horizon. This is the 4th copy, which means because it is a quarterly newsletter, that means that we've been at this for a year, and I do have all my other copies right up here with the rest of my books. Because Tut often includes prayers, or hymns, or dates and stuff like that for festivals, and you know, it's something I want to keep, so I'm keeping all of mine. I'm also gonna have to send her some more money for the letter to help with production. So anyway, none of that has to do with the topic at hand today. It's just a little catch-up. Oh, and if you guys are interested in joining us on Facebook and getting a copy of this letter, definitely come check us out. We're Comedic Reform on Facebook. Just contact Sharon Tut Laborde on Facebook and tell her you want to receive a copy of the letter, and she'll send it to you. Okay? Anyway, like I said, none of this has anything to do with the topic at hand. I wanted to talk about mixing pantheons, and this is something I talked about on my old channel, but I realized I didn't have it up here on this channel. So, the idea about mixing pantheons, for me, comes from like a soft polytheistic type view of the world, where you see all gods as one god and all goddesses as one goddess. I personally am not a fan of mixing pantheons, just because, hey, when you've got she of 10,000 names, do you really need anyone else? But I have friends that have had great success in mixing pantheons. Loki's witch, she has Loki as her god, but I believe Persephone as her goddess, which is Norse and Greek mythologies. But given her current path and the way she believes, you know, this is something that works for her. So I don't personally see a problem with anyone who chooses to mix pantheons or mix mythology, because you don't have a god in one mythology that you identify with, but you have one from another mythology that you like. I see no problem with that, coming from a soft polytheistic view, or even a hard polytheistic view. Because if you are a theist and you believe that these entities exist, then why couldn't they cross cultures to work together to work with you? Okay? So I personally don't have a problem with mixing pantheons. It's just something I never do. And I personally have never felt comfortable with it. So like with all things in witchcraft and magic, if it doesn't feel right, it's probably not resonating with you, and it's probably not going to work. So you have to find what feels right to you, and maybe understand why that feels right to you. Say, for example, I went with Sekhmet, but I don't identify with Ptah. Instead, I identify with, say, Pan, okay? So why would I identify with the horny goat man? What about me that identifies with Pan? Could I find those aspects in an Egyptian deity if I am not comfortable with mixing pantheons? Yes, I have Min. I have the fertility god. Sekhmet Min. There's a connection there actually in ancient times. So Sekhmet Min being a composite deity. So really, it all comes down to you and how you feel. So for me personally, I don't mix pantheons, but other people do, and they have great success with it. One of the beliefs about not mixing pantheons comes from a theistic mindset. If you believe these entities are real, and like I said, I have she of 10,000 names. I could offend her if I don't use her for something she's good at. Okay, so the war god. If I go to another war god, like say Ares, instead of Sekhmet, she may become offended and refuse to work with me. But again, I've never had this kind of experience, although other people have. So again, it's up to you and what feels right. So yeah, that is my little ramble on mixing pantheons. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. That's it for tonight. Sun up day.